Before you go RVing, watch this video. I have some tips and some ideas and things you should look out for. That's right. Are you safe when you're out there? What's up, live viewers? How's everybody doing today? All right, now, with the rise in popularity of the RV life, there are many newcomers. That's right, there's lots of new people out there. Now, during the pandemic, the desire to travel and vacation without being crammed in a tube to fly or stay at a hotel with people touching all your stuff, RVing became the way to go. The pandemic also showed people they could work remotely. This meant that they could work from anywhere. As long as they had a connection, they were good to go. So, if the allure of ditching the rent or mortgage for an RV payment and filling up that big old fuel tank was a draw to you, well, now you could just go for it. Add the glamorization of the countless YouTubers singing the praises of their free, cheap, and easy life, and you have a lot of newbies out there. Now, from the weekend warriors to the few weeks a year vacationers, and even seasonal travelers and full-timers, there are a lot of eager yet naive novices out there. So, now, if you are a long-time RVer, or part-time, leave me a comment below. Let me know if you agree or disagree, and let me know if there's anything I left out that you think may be helpful. I appreciate it. So those with the nomadic fever, or the travel bug, if you will, enjoy going to new places. They even like revisiting places that they've been in the past and enjoyed. Now, yes, travel can be fun, but the unknown can be quite the opposite. In your neighborhood and hometown, you know where to go and what places to stay away from. When you pull into a neighborhood, a parking lot, a park, whatever, you know very little, if anything at all. The other thing is that you don't just have a few things with you to be stolen, your entire house is with you. This is just talking about things. You have your personal safety to also consider. Now, in the light of day, you can pull up and things look really fine and nice place to park, but when night falls, that can reveal an entirely different vibe. Now, this goes for all travelers, but it's really aimed more right there. Here, this particular spot is aimed towards the stealth van or truck people. They're the ones that tend to park along streets and attempt to blend in no matter where they at. Now, being awoken by someone breaking in to steal some tools and equipment and finding people instead of goods could go very bad. Whether it be scope out the area, talk to people, or check it out on Google Maps, do your research. The same goes for the RVers that hear about all the Walmart parking lots. Check out the area. Just because there's a Walmart there doesn't mean it's a good area. And make sure you can even stay overnight. The rules change on these places and are becoming more scarce every year. Well, I don't go to those out-of-the-way places or into the cities. I stick close to touristy spots, you may say. Well, the tourist spots are not only really expensive, but have lots more rules. They want your money. They don't want you staying anywhere overnight for free. The other thing about tourist spots is that the opportunists thrive there. The criminal element count on tourists seeing sights and spending money. Bags of freshly bought items, a wallet full of credit cards, a camera, a cell phone, an unattended RV or other vehicle are all candy to a would-be thief. The most lucrative places for crooks are tourist spots. Distracted vacationers miles from home in an unfamiliar landscape, they are the perfect target. And people will often try to befriend you. A couple may approach you and your spouse and start some friendly little banter. This may be a trap to lure you to a dinner and sneak credit card info, or lead you to an unsavory part of town to be beaten and robbed, or even worse. I'll pay the money to stay in an RV park. I'm safe around other RVers. Well, yes, you may be more comfortable and safer than on the streets. The fairy tale is that RVers are all kind, innocent travelers that help one another. It's just one big, amazing community. It's a family. Well, just like that crackhead uncle, there are RV family members that will seize any opportunity. An RV park is ever changing, a revolving door of neighbors. People coming and going all the time. Campers often set up and have things outside. People can drive away with chairs, surge protectors, extension cords, coolers, and hell, even your dump hoses. If they want it or need it, and it's unattended, they will take it. The other thing is, keep your devices password protected and your passwords safe, not written down where someone can snoop around and find them. You can have a data breach. That's right, they can come in, take all your info, or you can have someone just log into your Wi-Fi, your hotspot, and kick back and watch Netflix all night on your dime. And the worst thing, of course, that could possibly happen is a child or a pet can be snatched up and driven away. Well, I know I'm safe. I only camp out in BLM land. Well, see, at least at the RV park, you pay for your little spot or your little slab of concrete, but the BLM land is for everyone. That means if I want to put my rig right next to yours, I can. I can pull up my chair and set it right at your campfire. You have no claim to that land. It's public. All of it. Yes, common courtesy dictates it differently. Well, newsflash. Not everyone is courteous. If you are alone in a nice spot, well, yeah, you're alone. That term, no one can hear you scream, comes to mind. Almost all RVs have an attached ladder for roof access. This is about to change, but that's another video. While you're hiking or exploring, someone could climb up and lay flat out on your roof. They could literally attack you from above. They could also slide underneath your RV and pop out. You really don't look at these places. You just go about your business. You could find yourself stuck or broken down out in the middle of nowhere. A kind passerby offers their assistance. They may not be kind, but opportunistic. You are in a vulnerable spot, and lots of things could happen. Now let's talk about the Schoolies. They have windows everywhere. There is often a ditch hatch or two on the roof. The door is the worst. For some, this is the first thing that they change. That swing open split door with that little piece of rubber in the center, not secure at all. I've spoken with some Schoolie people, and most give the same lame comment. If they want to get in, they're going to get in. Well, I'm here to tell you. If there are two cars in a parking lot, one has doors unlocked and the keys ignition, and the other one, no keys, and it's all locked up nice and tight. Guess which one's going to get broken into and stolen? It's pretty simple. If it comes down to it, a locked RV or a school bus with that shitty ass door, guess what? Well, I guess if they wanted to break in your schoolie, they're going to break in. And they did, and they took that one and left the other shit sit. The point is, why make it easy? Now that's pretty much the point of this. Don't be paranoid. Be prepared. Be smart and aware. Don't make it easy. This especially goes for single people. And no, not just females. All single travelers. One person can be more easily distracted than two or more people. Single people can be targeted and followed. Single ladies can be perceived as more vulnerable. There are many tricks that can be done. An old pair of men's boots outside the door. A large chain and dog collar can also be a deterrent. We don't want Rover biting us, do we? Put two chairs out, even if you're just alone, it's just you. Give that illusion of more people. Motion activated lights, they're always a good thing to have because, hey, let's face it. When you can creep around the cover of darkness, you're going to. But when that big light pops on, it often does make people skedaddle. Let someone know where you are and how long you intend on being there. Being off-grid is fun and exciting, but no service means no connection to help. Keep your phone charged too. That's right. Because even if you do have service, if you don't have power, what the hell do you use? Now here's something that people don't think about when they think about safety. Keep your rig maintained. You want your RV to be able to get you to the places you want to go and see, but you also want your rig to be reliable in an emergency. Good tires and suspension. Good ground clearance if you're out there boondocking all the time. No duct tape holes or other potential access points. RVs are flimsy enough without neglected body issues. If in extreme heat, check systems often or go to a cooler spot. Electronic parts do not do well in the heat. This means ignition components and other systems that run off chips and modules. RVers always brag that their house has wheels. They can drive away if they don't like things. Well, you won't get far if your rig won't start or stay running. Now, those that have the tow behinds, like travel trailers and fifth wheels, keep that tow vehicle in good shape. Make sure it is capable of towing what you are pulling. Be prepared to jump in that truck and flee, leaving your trailer behind if need be. You can always go back later. You know what they say, things can be replaced, people can't. And for all the RVers, don't overload your rig. Your suspension, brakes, and transmission will fail. It will put undue stress on these systems, causing them to need replacing more often. That could also lead to horrific experiences on the highway. Remember, it's not just your car, it's your home, you always say. Everything is in it. Trees and nature. Yeah, that's a big attraction for the campers, isn't it? Well, when parked near or under trees, check them out. If they're rotting or leaning, move. Be abreast of weather conditions. Storms can bring down healthy trees. There are many videos of RVers that lost their rigs due to trees falling on them. Storms can also turn your site into a swamp or a mud pit. So you don't want to get stuck in the mud and need, potentially a very costly tow bill to get you drug out of the mud. Or you could be stuck there for days waiting for things to dry out. Now I know someone's going to say, well, people can break into your sticks and bricks too. They have doors and windows and entry points. Well, yeah, true. But I'm not miles from home, friends, and family. I'm not in a strange place. My neighbors don't change every other day. I know the people around me. I don't have to Google where the police station and the hospitals are. My walls are thick and even made of block. I have property boundaries that, people really do have to stay off of if you want them to. I know what stores to avoid in what neighborhoods. I know what the rules are around me. Now, travelers, they face new circumstances with every new city or state. The uncertainty of new can be exhilarating, but it can also be dangerous if you're not careful. With consecutive record-breaking RV sales brings more and more people to the lifestyle. More people means more probability of rude, nasty, just shitty bad people. More potential for people that don't care about being part of the family or the lifestyle. They just want to go do their thing. More people that will use the resources and get frustrated when things go wrong. More people in your space being people. I'm not saying don't travel or RV. I'm not saying be fearful and paranoid. I'm saying that contrary to what you hear on YouTube and other social media, RVing is not the joyful, blissful utopia free from stress and danger. Be smart and be prepared. Don't let your guard down, because not everyone is nice. Trust your gut. If something doesn't feel right, use those wheels you brag about and get the hell out of Dodge. This is Blind Views, and that's right. That's the way I see it.
What we do here is go back.